And just to show you how clean it is, let's add a horizontal ray right on that wick. And you can see, dead on the 382 Fibonacci retracement. What's up guys, Kevin Cage here with another crypto update. Let's dive into some rapid fire news. First up, XLS20 has officially passed on XRP scan, meaning that NFTs are coming to the XRP ledger on October 31st, Halloween. Coincidentally, the Bitcoin white paper was first published on October 31st, the same day in 2008. So we have the Bitcoin white paper, we have potentially XLS20 for XRP ledger NFTs, and Halloween is also Casper's birthday. Remember last year when Ripple announced their creator fund of $250 million, $250 million committed to helping NFTs get started on the XRP ledger. And there's a variety of use cases for NFTs. We can see real estate use cases, media and entertainment, sustainability, tickets, artist royalties, you name it. And back during last year's bull run, the global NFT market reached $25 billion in sales. And one project listed by the company Ripple in this article is XPunks. Now currently on xrpl.to, this is a website where we can see different tokens on the XRP ledger. We can see the price of XPunks at $1,833. And in this Ripple article, we can see XPunks mentioned right here with Kai, the founder and CEO of XPunks, and on XRP. So on XRP, right here, on xrp.com, is going to be another big marketplace. So we have an NFT marketplace in beta, and we also have a DEX, or a decentralized exchange, where you can trade different XRPL tokens. So we can open this up. I have a little XPunks in my Sum wallet, which is by far one of the best XRP ledger wallets. It's completely free, XUMM. And if we're excited for Flare Networks in January, fingers crossed that it finally comes, is Bifrost. So that's just another free option. And please be careful with a lot of these XRPL tokens, guys. There are rug pulls in this ecosystem. Don't just throw all your XRP, into any of these projects because they are micro caps. It's incredibly risky. I'm much more comfortable holding XRP long term than I am, holding anything with a 10 million, 20 million, or $5 million market cap, especially in a bear market. So please be safe, guys, and remember, nothing I share is financial advice. So we have XRPL Punks right here announcing a limited time drop. We aim to be a unicorn company, a $1 billion valued company the next bull cycle. Therefore, they have a free mint for those that redeem their tokens the first 2 weeks. Each minted XPunk will get you 1 uni XPunk. Limited time, limited supply, and 1 chance. In full disclosure, after XLS20, either on Halloween night or the day after, I'll be doing a video showing how to mint an XPunk, because XPunks is sending me 0.5 tokens to be able to mint 1 XPunk. And then after I mint it, I'll be giving it away free to somebody at random using the giveaway bot right within Discord. Next up, to touch on this once more, Ripple brings the benefits of on-demand liquidity, XRP as a bridge asset to France and Sweden. 70% of respondents at financial institutions in Europe predicted blockchain, the backbone technology that powers Ripple's crypto solution, to have a massive or significant impact on their business in the next 5 years. And so we have a French company, Lemonway, partnering with Ripple to decrease payout times for their customers by streamlining their cross-border payments. And they're using on-demand liquidity, cough cough XRP, to enhance their internal treasury management. And we also have the money transfer provider XBot in Sweden to enable instant, affordable retail remittances. And as you can probably guess, the Thai baht is the currency of Thailand, so you can assume between Sweden and Thailand. It seems like everything is running on a RippleNet. And remember this company in Southeast Asia, Tranglo. Ripple has a 70% stake in Tranglo. Since partnering with Ripple, Tranglo has gained access to more than 100 financial institutions. Tranglo has over 2,200 payout partners and 25 currencies supported.
We look forward to work with any global payment partners who can support fiat and XRP as settlement. We also actively look for corporate customers who are specialized in gig economy and licensed crypto exchanges.
Next up, for Algorand, remember that FIFA announced the partnership with blockchain innovator Algorand, and we have the World Cup coming up at the end of November, around November 20th. So I would assume during this, every single football fan in the world is going to be seeing Algorand banners, commercials, and of course the NFT marketplace with FIFA built on ALGO. So Algorand will be a FIFA World Cup Qatar 2022. Remember that QNB, the Qatar, National Bank, also a Ripple partner, surprise, surprise. And a FIFA Women's World Cup Australia and New Zealand in 2023 as the official sponsor. How cool. As part of the agreement, Algorand will also assist FIFA in further developing its digital asset strategy. FIFA will provide sponsorship assets including advertising, media exposure, and promotional opportunities. Remember that Algorand is the blockchain tech of choice for over 2,000 global organizations, governments, and digital native DeFi apps. And we can see some additional FIFA partners below. Look at this. We got Visa, you have Qatar, you have Coca-Cola. Wow. Later this month, we'll provide football fans around the world with the chance to affordably own unique digital collectibles, from the greatest game moments to the most iconic FIFA World Cup and FIFA Women's World Cup art and imagery. Fandom is changing and football fans around the world engage with the game in new and exciting ways. Absolutely. And don't forget about the total value locked on Algorand, over $300 million. So once again, during this bear market, I'm sticking to utility-based assets that either have dozens, if not hundreds of millions of dollars in funding, plans to do additional raising, and have connections to central banks, huge enterprise partners, and everything in between. So as far as a layer 1 ecosystem goes, and as far as legitimacy, and most likely the ability to persevere and survive year over year, Algorand, without a doubt, is one of them. On ecosystem.algorand.com, we can see their ecosystem below, including newest projects built on this layer 1, including the Para wallet, which is my favorite wallet for ALGO. You can see your NFTs right there as well. So we have different projects, you have DeFi applications and DEXs, you have different projects to watch right on Algorand's website in the top tools and resources. So we have NF domains as well. I saw Mason share this as well, ALGO to the moon, looking at the official blockchain platform of FIFA and talk about an ecosystem overview. We have NFT, art and music, tools, service platforms, DEXs, environment for sustainability, and Algorand is considered a carbon negative solution or carbon negative blockchain utilizing pure proof of stake. And for anybody new going to OMFIF, this is the official monetary authority. I just want to show you that Algorand is among the DMI Symposium. So we can see part of the Digital Monetary Institute members alongside AWS, Accenture, Algorand, Goldman Sachs, IBM, Microsoft, MasterCard, Ripple, PayPal. We can even see Steve right here, and I think this might need updating, but we can see the CEO of Algorand. And of course, James Wallace, the VP of Central Bank Engagement and Central Bank Digital Currencies of the company Ripple. And of course, Accenture, early investor of the company Ripple, alongside the Financial Stability Board, different central banks of a variety of countries, Bank of Japan, Bank of Jamaica. And when you go to the homepage or omfif.com, I'll show you exactly how to get there. Click About and just read about the official Monetary and Financial Institutions Forum. $43 trillion at the heart of this network. That's what I call legitimate. I saw ICO drops as well share an Algorand ecosystem, so I did retweet this if you want to take a look. Notice with cross-chain interoperability, we have Flare or Flare networks as well. Saw Algo fam sharing this with USDC on Algorand. Remember, USDC is the token of Circle, and we remember that FTX now, surprise, surprise, actually just made an announcement that they're going to be working on a stable coin. It looks like Coinbase, FTX, and Binance are actually going to be working with USDC on top of Algorand, or in this case, USDC-A. And one of the biggest things that a lot of investors are going to forget because they're looking at current price is FTX Ventures. FTX, one of the biggest crypto exchanges, took a 30% stake in Skybridge Capital. Skybridge is an investment firm that was founded by Anthony, planning a Web3 dedicated fund to invest in late-stage crypto companies. Anthony is making a $250 million bet on the Google of crypto. And guess which crypto that is? Algorand. And a few things to touch on for Hedera Hashgraph and its native token HBAR. According to DeFi Llama, where we just showed the TVL for Algorand, Hedera grew its total value locked by over 100% in 3 months with just 4 protocols. We have NFT active users are up 90% quarter over quarter, with transactions up over 107%, each setting all-time highs on Hedera. Now, side by side with the HBAR price chart versus QNT, now we know that QNT was in fact a top performer. Looking at a Fibonacci retracement on the March-April high before capitulation to the June low, wick to wick, where did we go thus far for the QNT price chart? We have reached to perfection the 1618 Fibonacci extension at $224. Now, even comparing other assets like ALGO and HBAR, talk about laggards. Look how low ALGO is, and it has just been doing nothing for a very long time. It crashed from 26 cents all the way down technically to 4.5 cents, and we've just been consolidating at this level. If Algorand were to simply follow what QNT did in its own way, even if it took months, reaching this wick perfectly on the 382 Fibonacci retracement, as you can see, backtesting that wick, 382. That would be one heck of a pump up to the 382, around 13 cents right on that wick. And just to show you how clean it is, let's add a horizontal ray right on that wick. And you can see, dead on the 382 Fibonacci retracement. ALGO and HBAR are two altcoins that have yet to do any substantial pop. Remember that Casper, QNT, and XRP have made it up to the 382. We have XRP making it up to the 382, hitting that wick. We have Casper coming up and hitting that previous wick to perfection, also drawing a quick fib on the high before capitulation right in March, April to the low. We can see we're very close to the 382 Fibonacci retracement. Now, not financial advice, but HBAR is definitely one of my bigger holdings. I would say my biggest holdings right now are XRP, Casper, and then right after that would be ALGO and HBAR. Now, of course, I hold some QNT, I hold some DAG, but I place my bets heaviest when alts are low. So if anything goes up here, I actually rotate out of it from that level into the next one. And every 3-4 months or every 6 months, it can pay off very well with patience. Remember, QNT from the low actually pumped over 460%, which would be absolutely insane. QNT made it to the 1618. Now, the market cap and tokenomics are different, so you cannot just solely rely on that metric, but you want to look for as much confluence as possible. Now, of course, we do have a wick down here, which is concerning at 4.6 cents. If Bitcoin dumps, could we go to that level? Absolutely. Would I panic sell? No, I would be dollar cost averaging. If HBAR does go to these previous levels of this demand zone, I'll personally be going in very heavy because I wholeheartedly believe in the future with utility that Hedera, even worst case, would come up to the 702 around 20 cents. Because to me, that is an obvious key level that I want to pay attention to. Now, hopefully the dedicated people are still with me. This is extremely important, so please watch this. Looking on the weekly time frame of the HBAR price chart versus QNT, we can compare the RSI. As you can see, with the QNT price chart on the weekly macro time frame, blasting all the way from the lows, all the way to the high, just to overbought, even piercing 70. Notice during this time, even a couple weeks ago, when the RSI actually pierced at this level, that is exactly when QNT actually flew, and the volume just came in, as you can see that buy volume. Now let's look at the RSI of HBAR, its overall momentum. Look at that. Look how low that is. Could you imagine in 2023 if HBAR were to simply get some of that volume and that momentum like QNT did and just ride up? That would result in a very beautiful market retracement. Now we have the Zilliqa price chart on the right hand side, RSI skyrocketing, resulting in a multi 100% move from that low, actually pumping almost 600%, which is actually a 7x return. Notice, once we pierced and reached overbought, this asset crashed about 90% from that high. Let's see. All the way, 86%, wick to wick, 88%. I personally don't want to attack anything that already did that. Now, of course, you can find exceptions. it did it here, and it just kept rocketing during the bull run. But I just want to be careful. Instead of buying anything on the weekly time frame up at this level, I feel more confident in HBAR for the long term, buying at these lows. Another example would be waves. Remember, QNT just did this giant pop all the way up here. We have waves doing that same exact ride from the lows all the way up, piercing to overbought. I personally don't want to chase anything and go all in at something like this because, as you can see, after that huge pump, what happened to waves? A crash of over 90%, and I know that sounds crazy, 95% give or take. I would much rather try to buy something at those lows for the RSI, which would be equivalent to here. And now, this does not apply to every single chart for anybody new. I'm only looking at fundamentally legitimate projects. And yes, I consider HBAR being one of those. And just because HBAR is here, it does not mean we're going to get a guaranteed pump. This is crypto. Anything can happen, especially in a bear market. If Bitcoin crashes the 14K, guess what? We're going to go back down and we're going to fall even lower, potentially closing that wick out. And for me, that's a huge opportunity to dollar cost average and get that average entry down as low as possible. So we can see HBAR from its all-time high price of 58 cents actually crashed about 90% using that low, unless you want to use that crazy liquidity wick. For QNT, from its all-time high price of over $400 to that low, I'm trying to get that even, right there, about 90% as well. But in QNT's case, we had a 400 to almost 500% retracement, which is gorgeous. And of course, I would love for that to happen to HBAR, even comparing that same fib level. We just have a lot of retracements to get through. We have to break through that 8 cent level, have to get up to that 10 cent zone, potentially that 13.5 to challenge previous wicks. Then the next level is the 702 retracement at 20 cents. And we've had other assets, even Uniswap actually retraced really well a few months back. I know it came back down, but looking at that same March high right there, we can see we actually made it to the 702 to the very wick perfectly, then coming right back down. So time will tell, guys. I personally like HBAR a lot. I think it's a fundamentally strong asset that is just busy building throughout this bear market. You can read all of the blogs and partnerships on the HBAR Foundation's website to keep up with it. They're working on metaverse use cases. We have the drone and air taxi use cases. A lot of cool things going on with Hashgraph. And once again, for anybody new to the channel, I am not paid by Hedera, Algorand, Ripple, Casper. Any of these projects or people are not paying me to talk about this. I'm talking about it because I think they're fundamentally strong projects, but I also have a vested interest because I hold them, I buy them, I dollar cost average into them. Some of them I'm staking to earn yield. These are just projects that I actively keep up to date with all of the news and developments. I've personally done deep dives on these altcoins, and I believe they are very legitimate in a world, and even going through CoinMarketCap, where there's a lot of rug pulls, there's a lot of scams, there's a lot of too good to be true. And there is no guarantee. Even some of my picks could fail. A new competitor could come and completely destroy them. Nothing is guaranteed. And that's why I don't just hold one single asset. I like having most of my holdings in 4 to 5. It's a lot easier for me to manage, and I said this the other day, I can't possibly track 20 plus projects in altcoins very well. Now maybe I hold small bags of some projects that I like and I can't keep up with, but the bulk of my holdings are just in a handful of projects so that I can monitor and keep track of, 4 to 5 projects throughout the year. So once again, guys, I showed you examples in this video of Zilliqa and Waves, and we can see Waves on the right hand side. 737% plus initial investment. That is over an 8x return before it did a huge 90% crash. Now, I don't know what happens next. I'm not a fortune teller. I would just much rather play it safe with anything I'm dollar cost averaging. I've been dollar cost averaging into HBAR here a little bit. I'm just not comfortable going after something that does a 4x, 5x, 7x in 1 month or 3 months. In Wave's case, this thing went from the low all the way to the high in about 70 days. So just over 2 months, and it pumped that hard. I would never buy something like that. If I'm lucky enough, when an asset does finally do that type of move, I'll do 2 to 3 staggered sells. Sell a little here, sell a little here, sell a little here. If my average sell is right here, and then it does crash and I want to buy back lower, I'm still a happy camper. And even if you don't believe in technical analysis, that's completely fine. At the end of the day, we're all trying to do the same thing. We're trying to buy as low as possible and selling as high as possible. And for me, I would just never want to buy anything like Waves when it was all the way up at $70. When the weekly RSI was all the way up here, and of course there are exceptions. During the bull run, yes, it pierces and it just keeps going, but that is during a bull run. Right now, we are in a clear bear market. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, I'd greatly appreciate if you hit the like button, and if you want to share it on Twitter and tag me as well, big thank you. I'll link this in the top of the YouTube video description to create a free account on Caleb & Brown, my favorite OTC broker. They've had over $2.5 billion in volume with over 21,000 clients. I've been using this broker for about 1.5 years now, and you can directly swap crypto between any pair. So if you use the link in the top of the YouTube video description, you'll also be given a 30% discount on all trading fees. If you enjoyed this video, I'd greatly appreciate hitting the like button and subscribing. Let me know your thoughts down below. And as always, my link tree is linked right in the top of this YouTube video description with all links, crypto resources, and discounts. I'll catch you in the next one.